Alright guys, welcome to the first commentary of this channel. In today's commentary we will discuss a high gold, low platinum MMR game where I was playing Fleet Footwork Kassadin. I'm playing against a Swain. Our bot lane is a Lulu Xena bot lane against Anivia Kayla bot lane. The enemy jungle is Amumu, our jungle is a Graves. We have boss top laners with Ignite. So no TP plays given except from me, my TP on the mid lane. So what I'm trying to explain in this commentary is how Fleet Footwork Kassadin actually spikes and how you play him properly into most matchups. Let's say most matchups, not all matchups, but most matchups. So a lot of people have the misconception that Fleet Footwork Kassadin can't do anything before minute 25, where he finished his boots, his Rod of Ages, and his Arcane stuff, which is going to upgrade into Seraph's Embrace when fully stacked. So a lot of people have this misconception that Fleet Kassadin can't do shit before that, but it's actually wrong as fuck. So with this commentary, I'm trying to explain why and how. So the first thing we have to do, it doesn't matter which elo, we have to get pushed in. So you see now I'm hitting the minions, but this is only because Swain already hit more minions than me. He's hitting the minions with AoE damage. There's only 1 minion left and 3 minions on his side. So the wave naturally will push into me without any problems. We don't want to get pushed into the turret because then we can't help our jungler. But if we have some minions left and keep it around, let's show you, around this area, we'll have a good time for our jungler because we can actually help him, which can be pretty nice because our Graves is currently going to counter junglers Amumu, and I've pinged it that I'm on my help, like I can go there because I mean Swain is there, but he can't stop me from going there. He can't kill me, so this is no problem. So yeah, the wave's still pushing into me, so that's no problem. Now it's getting a little bit tricky because the Chem minion's still alive, but he kills that. And 3 minions with 3 minions, and it's the exact same bot that I just showed you. So the lane phase is going to be a little bit boring now. We're just going to poke him, and we always try to attack, or I always try to attack the mana pool when I play Fleet Footwork Kassadin, because I can mostly out-sustain my enemies with Raven's Hunter, with Tate of Blood, and with Fleet Footwork in general. So I can always out-sustain the enemy, or in most cases. Sometimes it's not possible to out-sustain the enemies, but mostly it's the case. So now we're hitting our ward. We know Amumu isn't a good jungler. So Amumu's route is normally either it's red buff, blue buff into Gromp, or it's red buff, Gromps, Raptors, etc. So full clear route. Amumu can't counter jungle, so that's good, so he won't counter jungle after the red buff. So I didn't place the ward before, but playing the ward after the fourth wave or something, Amumu got killed as well, so there was no need to rush that ward. And just because of that ward, we could spot Amumu, and it was pretty easy to play around that. And we have pink warded the river as well, so there's no way Amumu can surprise gank me. And Amumu flashed as well, so there's no worry about the jungler. As you can see, I tried to get pushed as well again. I get pushed in as well, I mean. So as you see, my health is around half, 60, let's say 60%, and his health is full, but his mana is low. It's very low. He can't contest any ganks. He can't help his jungler if he wants to gank. So I can push freely without a problem. So now I'm going back. As Fleet Kassadin, you always try to go back around 1150 gold, so you can go for boots and blasting wand. In most of my games I smurf, so I buy dark seal and refillable, so going boots and blasting wand is really nice. TPing back to lane to help the momentum, because I pushed the lane, went back immediately, and he had no time to push the wave out to punish me. And he doesn't have TP as well, so he has to go for a bad backport timing. And if we attack this mana pool, we automatically win. Because now he either has to decide if he stays here with very low mana, so he probably won't get all the minions and he can't help the jungler, or he's going to be forced at a very bad back timing. For example, he's losing the whole wave here. I'm getting a plating probably, and I'm getting the next wave for free. Or Amu tries to interrupt me. We never know. A couple days ago that I played this game. Can't remember exactly. And now we have another 650 gold. And he just came back. And he won't be able to push the minions that fast that I'm losing minions on the turret. So I'm going back again for a health potion and control ward, because I didn't put a control ward yet. So more vision, the more vision the better. And well, health is better than mana in the early game. Then that gets a little bit boring. So Swain was top lane and my jungler died. But even though he got a kill, the roam was not worth for him, because he's losing all these minions. Or not. Okay, they don't push in that fast. Never mind. So now my team is behind. We only have one kill. That's on our Grace, because he counter jungled the movement the early game. But apart from that, we don't have any kind of lead. But as you see in the CS difference, we already have nearly double the farm than Swain. This is because we concentrate on the farm, and that's what you have to do when you play Fleet Footwork Kassadin. You're playing a scaling champion, and if you have a losing team, well, that's problematic. But you can easily, let's say, counter this just by farming well. You see, I'm getting every minion. And we roamed. We could roam because we pushed the wave better. So we just chased at Amumu, try to help our Graves. And skirmishes like these make us snowball really hard, as you're going to see. Work with your sustain, work with your Taste of Blood, Raven and Hunter is magic as well. And of course Fleet Footwork. And I just use these three sustain tools to stay alive together with my Q. You have so much tankiness, especially in the early game, but people don't recognize the tankiness. They don't. And that's why they think that it's really bad and it's only for full late game. No, it scales. But if you can scale it early, it's just as good. So now we have over 2000 gold. We already have our Rod of Ages before minute 9. And now we obviously going for the tier, as we can see, from the Fairy Charm and the Mana Crystal. And looking at the enemy team, they have Caitlyn. Caitlyn has a CC, which isn't that bad. Anivia has a terrible slow and a stun as well. Swain has a root and a slow, and Amumu has a stun and yeah, well, what is Amumu's old anyways? It's kind of a stun root or whatever. And Renekton has a stun as well. So our goal is to go Merc Treads in this game. So now I ulted that guy, did an auto attack, W, E, Q. I just used my full rotation, and he was Half-Life. Even though I'm not building damage. Well, I'm building damage, I have Rod of Ages, but I don't have Electrocute, nothing. I'm playing a scaling orientated build. Now we have to be careful. Our bot lane is not coming, so we can't fight that. Ocean Drake is hitting me all the time, so that's kind of sad. The problem is you don't have armor. If you play against the magic opponent, you probably took a magic reset and no armor. So, for example, against the Drakes or early skirmishes against AD champions, you are pretty bad with that. I surprised Caitlyn there, but I couldn't kill Momo. I gotta say though, it was pretty lucky that Caitlyn didn't kill me, and her heal was nearly up, but it's only nearly. It was just based on luck, but it worked out. So now I purchased Magi because this is low elo. For me, this is low elo. High gold, low plat MMR is for me. It's very low elo, but that's why I'm just going Magi. And this is not to BM someone, or I don't know. It's not for BMing. It offers so much value for me, especially if you're smurfing. You get so much more AP for nothing. If you win a short skirmish and you get 2 out of 3 kills and 1 assist, you gain 10 stacks. And that's a lot of AP. So going Magi in games that are kinda chaotic is really good, because it can change the outcome really fast. As you see, I can easily damage him without any problem and killing him. I'm dealing a lot of damage, but people don't respect this. I know I have very good items for this minute, but without Magi and Tia, I would have Rod of Ages as well. So without Magi, I would only deal like 200 damage less, which is still insane, if you consider how much damage the Swain got. So now I'm sitting in bush with 800, what the 4 stacks are, but as you can see, you can already one-shot people. Caitlyn has flash and heal ready. She's not prepared for the damage. A lot of people are not prepared for the damage. But if you know how to play this, if you know the strength and the weaknesses of this build, you know how to play around it, and you know how much damage you deal. And it gets insane, of course. 800 ults are insane. And I know you can do that with Electrocute, you can even do it better with Electrocute. But with Fleet Footwork, you already have the late game behind you. Even more than Electrocute. So now I'm just going in. You just go in. Nearly against every AP matchup, you go in as Fleet Kassadin. Because there's no reason you would lose a 1v1. I'm speaking of 1v1 without a Juggernaut. You absolutely have no reason to lose any 1v1 if you didn't fall behind really hard. Like if you're a 1-2 or something, you're still going to win most 1v1s. Given that the enemy laner is, let's say, as far ahead as you in the game. Now I'm waiting in the bush. I'm stacking the ult again. I have a 4 stacked ult. 800 mana per ult. Didn't hit the ult, but it's fine. Gain the mana back from Presence of Mind. Broken Rune, by the way, Riot Games. Wasn't needed to nerf Kassadin, just nerf Presence of Mind. Thanks. Look how arrogant I'm playing. I'm Kassadin. I'm sitting in front of 3 enemies, looking into their faces with disgust. But that's what you can do. That's what you can do. Because you have the options. I'm AFK, I don't know why. I'm even getting pinged by an enemy team. Not only my team, but also the enemy team. Wow, that's depressing. And now, after we hit level 11, plus minus 1, I'm talking about that in the guide as well, we are going to split push. Surviving that one, well, pretty lucky though. But yeah, as soon as we hit level 11, there's no reason to stay mid lane except for getting the turret. But if you already got the turret, go through side lane immediately. Doesn't matter that much if it's top or bot lane though. Because if we look at the score, my top lane is really behind, my bot lane behind as well. So it doesn't matter for me. I mostly go to the lane which is ahead, because the top laner has to, or the bot lane has to go to my lane, right? So I went top lane to Renekton, and Darius going mid lane. This is how it should normally be played. And Darius is like, let's say he's good. Let's say he's good in the game. That means he can actually take 2 or 3 waves against Swain before going back. And this is what we're trying to achieve. And now I'm searching for skirmishes. Bot lane got attacked by Amumu. Amumu is standing freely in the lane. So we can just try to kill him. We know we don't one-shot him. You know? But it's still enough. Now Amumu goes back on that turret. I'm checking if he's still going back. And he has Audacity to still goes back. Which doesn't make any sense. And I'm killing him on a turret. Someone's coming and I'm escaping. Pretty easy. There's a fight going on mid lane. I'm going to heal anyways through the mana spent from my abilities and Rod of Ages. The combination is so deadly because you get so much sustain. And now I can just perma fight, basically. Dodge the Renekton stun. Always work with your ult. You already have enough mana. If you have Archangels and Rod of Ages, you have enough mana to work with. And you should always respect that. If you have enough mana to work with, that's fine. Now I should have enough gold. Yeah, I have enough gold for Archangel stuff. My farm is very bad though. It's only 129 in the minute 80. This is 18, sorry. This is really bad. But well, looking at my kills and my assists and 0 deaths, it's okay, I guess. It's okay. So the enemy team sadly stole the Rift Herald. By the way, Rift Herald is going is better now, in my opinion. Because you can actually do it 2 times. If you can do it 2 times, it's better than before. So now I went bot lane, because it's the best for me to go bot lane. It's the best for me to go bot lane. Baron is up soon in 1 minute. So I just want to split push. I have TP ready and soon. In 5 seconds. So if I go bot lane and split that, while my team can do Baron, or while the enemy team tries to get Baron, I can TP there. So there's no reason for my bot lane to be here. You see, I'm just casually walking up to a Renekton. I didn't even head stack R. You just after you have some kills, you can just go in all the time and you can't get punished for that. Look, I'm murdering everyone. Disrespecting Caitlyn by ulti, by not hitting the R, but to killing her. You can basically just jump onto the enemies after a certain amount of time. After some kills. Because if you know your limits in the early game, there's no way you can't take these fights. You know? And now looking at my items, I already got my Morg Threads and I'm running Oblivion Orb now. Why do I get Oblivion Orb? because they have a generally tanky team. They have Anivia, which is basically 2 champions, since her revive, her egg, every 5 minutes. They have Caitlyn, well Caitlyn gets one shot just way quicker, so Oblivion Orb isn't the bad choice there. Swain has natural tankiness from his ult. And Amumu is tanky as fuck. And Renekton has also tankiness, or artificial tankiness with his ultimate. So going Oblivion Orb is a really good choice in these kind of guys. And especially it offers more HP, which is better for survivability. And overall, because of the HP it gives, and the great stats, for example Grievous Wounds on the Morella Nomicon, which you can upgrade your Oblivion Orb from, just suits Fleet Footwork Kassadin really well. Of course you shouldn't buy it every game. Even though I can say, looking at my items, after Archangel Relative Ages, I go Zhonya's in, let's say, 80% of my games. And now you see I flashed for this kill. There was no need to flash for this kill. But I did that anyways. Because I just tried to carry now. And the more kills you get, of course, the better you can carry. This is, well, quite self-explanatory. But yeah. Now we're 20 minutes into the game, and I have 15 kills. I'm already more online than, well, most of the other champs at this minute. Alright, cracking her egg. Graves dies sadly, because he gets hit by a turret. And we have blue buff, we have so much mana. If I put the shed away a little bit, if I put that a little bit above, we have 3,677 mana, which is a lot. This is so much. I was pretty lucky there that Renekton didn't cancel my backport there. And we have like nearly 4k mana, which is insane. This is really insane, if you think about it. And our ghost remains the same. After the lane, after we got the turret, after we hit level 11, plus minus 1, we can split push. I won top lane, I won bot lane, I looked for fights whenever I could, you saw that. And now we're trying to get level 16. Because what happened when Kassadin gets level 16, he auto wins. Went for the 25 gold. 800 mana for 25 gold, that's a worth trade. As you can see, I'm just walking. I'm just roof walking through the map now. One-shotting everyone. Not not one-shotting, but you know what I mean. You're one-shotting the squishies, and for the tanky people, you're way too tanky actually. So that's really good. Of course, sometimes people have games like these where they have 20 kills, minute 20. And of course they can do damage like this, or on a late game champion in minute 20, but it's just very rare. But if you know how to play this champion, if you know the damages, if you know when to go in, if you know how to go in, and what your damage rotation is, what your combo is, then it's no problem going in. 21 kills, minute 24. But yeah, if you know your damage, if you know your limits, you can easily do that in every second game. Not every game, this is quite hard, but every second game. It should be no problem for you. Because the game just ensures that. There's always going to be the mid laner who's not ready for the damage you deal. He's just not ready for that. 23 kills, minute 24. Not bad. Well, that was a Smurf game for me, but for some people this is the main either, or even more than their main elo. And you can easily do that if you know the limits. After level 6 you can ult, auto attack, W, E, Q, or just Q whenever he does a magic ability, the enemy. And he's Half-Life with a normal 50 mana ult, with a 0 stack ult. And after that you can wait for your combo again, for your abilities, and just do the combo again. And if he didn't sustain, if he didn't took any potions, nothing, he's going to die. And this is only with level 6, without any items. And you can have more R stacks. It just gets better and better. But people don't have the full, let's say, the full potential in their mind, in their heart. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. If there's something, some questions left or something, I'm going to read every comment. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. See you next video.